this worked out about as well as I could ask for. Earlier, we had a reaction. Jairus Johnson, John, interesting story. There was a pinned comment on that reaction in their original video. Uh, Very cool. Very cool. But honestly, being we're already into the John something, I thought John something would work. And this was the next one in order. So fortuitous. Off Black Hole, Super Red, Aesop Rock, John something. Nice. To be fair, Harry Mack, real good Harry Mack reaction yesterday. Great stuff. He'd love this. He'd love this beat. I'm sure lots of people would.
We had a visiting artist in the winter of '96 who came to talk about his paintings and the shit that make him tick. I think his name was John something. If at the assembly you're allowed to cut the class, I was sunk into the bucket, yellow puffy on my lap. Bring on John something. Hot-blooded art freaks take the auditorium. 3/4 boorish, 1/4 primordia. Keen to absorb the stories of veteran picture makers. Even if an unfamiliar name and face or mystery flavor. Say, John something, who was punctual to the podium. Visibly uncomfortable.
That's funny. That hits personal. When I got into independent film, I'm not saying I was good at it. I just got into it for many years. I was making movies with people. I actually worked on a couple things down at the U of M with some people. And I started to go see lectures and talks. Now, not as obscure, and I wasn't there for, I went to see Clerks guy, Kevin Smith. I saw him speak. I saw basically, I saw a couple directors talk, and then stand in line and ask questions and that kind of thing. So that's very cool. Enjoyable experience in a room full of people who want to be there to absorb the knowledge being shared. That's cool stuff, in my opinion.
Keen to absorb the stories of veteran picture makers. Even if an unfamiliar name and face or mystery flavor. Say, John something, who was punctual to the podium. Visibly uncomfortable, having trouble focusing. Noticing we're noticing, he pardons the glitch. Says, I'm sorry, but it's vital I depart from the script. To where you had one job. John something, something's wrong with John. Something's on his mind. He been searching for the words. He been standing at the plate. I ain't anticipate the curve. He go, last night I saw this new documentary and I cannot understate the extent to which it's affected me. I'm on the edge of my seat. He said it's called When We Were Kings. This was 1996. He was there to show some photos that would demonstrate his gift. I think his name was John something. If at the assembly you were seeing something new, I'm a new fan before even seeing what he do. Like, bring on John something. When We Were Kings is a documentary feature on the 74 U.S. Heavyweight Boxing Championship that's commonly referred to as the Rumble in the Jungle, where you come to punch or die as neither party's crying uncle. The champ George Foreman versus the kid Muhammad Ali and Zaire, and other politics involved in the affair, including rare footage leading up to the event, plus interviews with VIPs remembering the effects. So Mr. Something up there, present as it gets, talking Ali and his confidence, begetting his success, but almost referenced as a magic or some extrasensory X that he had witnessed and was duty-bound to tell to someone else, us. And truly I was hung on every sentence, though it probably lasted longer than intended. It felt genuine, if a little strange. 30 minutes in, we have yet to see what you paint. Look. January 96, he was there to share his work, maybe guide us through the mist. I think his name was off the tangent, but also like I need to see this flick, it sounds fantastic. Or so says John something.
Oh, that's funny. That's almost how I fell into the Ginger Baker documentary. As I wasn't a big fan of none of the bands. I know how inspirational the bands he played in were and all that stuff. But it was this from the filmmaking, from the documentary perspective. The person who made it, really, pretty sure he was hitting them, and there's all kinds of crazy stuff. And I didn't fall into it through music. It was a film thing. It was, like it was weird, but still, I don't know. I like this track. This is very cool in my opinion. Now I got distracted. I could go back a little bit because I wanted to read. It's a lot of sugar. Oh man. I can go see my dad today, and I still can't get him off the sugar. Cannot get him off the sugar.
Sensory X that he had witnessed and was duty bound to tell to someone else, us. And truly I was hung on every sentence, though it probably lasted longer than intended. It felt genuine, if a little strange. 30 minutes in, we have yet to see what you paint. Look. January 96, he was there to share his work, maybe guide us through the mist. I think his name was If at the assembly you were tripping off the tangent, but also like I need to see this flick, it sounds fantastic. Or so says John something. Low on time, John starts blowing through his slides. They were ultimately fine, but the takeaway is praise for this entirely other mind. I'm at the movie theater, this was Boston, 1996. 20 years of age, I'm an 80s Mike Tyson kid. We heard about that legendary clashing of the Titans, but could never have contextualized the metrics or environment until 90 minutes of history and images and music. I was riveted infinity. That walkout different than you slithered in. Every atom in you shifting, christened in the river shit. And I still revisit it. This week, winter came, queued it up, hit play.
Perfect. Now, you don't, as always, you could probably just be here for the song. I've ruined that for you. But the funny thing is, also did a reflection on a moment in Eraserhead. The woman in the radiator came up in conversation, so I watched the clip, and was funny. I saw one clip that was butchered. It was tough. I realized I just need to watch the movie again and get it from the source and stop. Every now and then it's, you try to find a clip of something and you realize it's just exploitative use, right? I suppose that's not English. They're exploiting the clip. They chopped up. It's not, and with copyright and all that shit, I get it. It's tough. It's weird how it all works. But sometimes you just gotta go back to source and watch it again because you were left changed by it. Maybe it's just John something giving a speech about a movie, or it's Actually, I remember it was Kevin Smith talking about the spider. You can find the clip. He did a whole tour and was he's talked about it a bunch, but he was doing like some Marvel treatment and was gonna get Wild Wild West or something. What was it? It was I'd have to go back in time, but basically it was this insight into producers and my girlfriend's afraid of spiders, so there's going to be a big spider in the movie no matter what. Don't matter that it makes sense. You write it in there. And then it makes me weigh the difference between art and slop, profitable slop.
The metrics or environment until 90 minutes of history and images and music. I was riveted infinity. That walkout different than you slithered in. Every atom in you shifting, christened in the river shit. And I still revisit it. This week, winter came, queued it up, hit play. It felt like someone visited. And he Anytime I pay it forward, I say this was recommended by one of my favorite artists. This person who in 1996 gave the only artist lecture I've remembered ever since. I think his name was Jane. If at the assembly and we're headed for the theater, you should put your hands together for the greatest ever speaker, who may or may not be named John.
That's funny. That was awesome. Now I will say, I as I listen to it and really thoroughly enjoy the story, I understand my honey's position. I mean, sure, there's a beat and you could try to dance to it, but as for a catchy song that you're bobbing your head, I can see where the challenge lies. Now, I was inspired. I made me think of lectures I saw. So it's a win, win, win for me. John, something off Black Hole Superette, and that is the end of the fun and entertainment for the day. And responsibility and care up next. Hopefully, we'll see you back in the morning. Later.